Hey, Bran here. I played through all 27 games on the Haunted PS1 Demo disc and loved about every single one of them. It was a conglomeration of incredibly talented devs making amazing works of art. However, these 5 caught my interest more than the rest, and I cannot wait for their full release. So here's my top 5 most anticipated games from the Haunted PS1 Demo disc. Number 5. An Outcry by Quentin K. An Outcry is actually an RPG Maker game, though you can barely tell by the extensive and breathtaking artwork held within. Set in a world not too different from our own, this game adopts a more branching RPG approach and focuses on the unnamed as they travel across this dingy, stylistic world looking for a simple fix for their vices. However, they are met with many horrors, like the supernatural crows that spell doom not only for them, but everyone around them. However, many more horrors are found in the world that are much more close to reality. From outright rudeness to intentional misgendering, often the people of Outcry's world are more cruel than the mystical crows that follow them. What great peril looms on the horizon of the unnamed world? Will they continue to grow in their fight to be more assertive and confident? What are the crows and their supernatural force driving them? I can't wait to see when this game finally releases, and you should too. Number 4. Echostasis by Enigma Studio. Echostasis is one of the most dynamically different and interesting games on the Haunted PS1 Demo disc. Echostasis takes place in the vague, dystopian future, where the hopes and dreams of people are algorithmically solved and provided through simulation. All of this is provided by the shady organization Enigma, whom you work for as sort of an engineer and caretaker of these simulations. However, not even these utopias are completely safe. Gameplay takes place in one of 2 main ways. One is working at the computer interface like an actual technician in the world, entering commands and trying to debug the issue. The other is actually physically entering these simulated utopias in order to solve the issues hands-on. The worlds you enter are engrossing and divergent, but you are on a countdown to debug the issue before things get much worse. However, there's something clearly more going on. Answers that I cannot wait to have answered. Who is the shady, lurking organization of Enigma? Who is the mysterious her, and what are their intentions? Are the utopias truly there for the fulfillment of their subjects, or is there something more nefarious at work? I cannot wait to find out in the game's full release. Number 3. The Drowning Machine by Rabbit Run Games. Trigger warning for this one. Here are the subjects that are discussed in this game. If you're sensitive to these, here is the timestamp for the next game. Please take a second to run these over. The Drowning Machine is more of an experience than a game, but an all too important one. The Drowning Machine started off as a 2-person project between Aiden Cushing and Charlie Schulz. Sadly, before the game's completion, Charlie made the decision to take his own life. Aiden continued to work on the game, taking it upon themselves to finish the game in Charlie's honor. This gameplay is composed of you traversing the art in tributes to Charlie, a window into how great they were, and also a path of grieving and acceptance for not just the creator, but to anyone who has gone through anything unfortunately similar. This game is quiet, beautiful, and paved with a pain that's almost needed. As someone who's also tragically lost someone, this game was a game that I needed to play. And I think Aiden knew this. There's a sense, even as you walk down these lonely roads alone, that you aren't the only one to walk them, nor are you close to the last one to be doing so. There's a togetherness in the mourning painted here that both helps in the grieving as well as the celebration of those with us and the ones that we have lost. It's tragic, it's haunting, and most of all, it is beautiful. Donations on the game's itch.io page go towards the Trans Lifeline in Charlie's honor, so I please encourage you to go visit the page and make a donation if you can, as well as play the full game upon its release. Number 2. Chasing Static by Headwear Games. Chasing Static is one of the most well-produced games on the Haunted PS1 Demo disc. You play as protagonist Chris, who travels to North Wales during a storm, chasing the memory of his father and the ravings in the journal that he left behind. As Chris travels through these secluded areas, he finds that not all is as it seems. Pleasant, everyday scenes give way to only be deranged echoes of the past, and possibly something far worse. The gameplay in the demo is pretty standard. You use your first-person view to go find pieces and solve puzzles, but the devs have shown that they are going to be using audio-driven gameplay mechanics, likely to do with the mysterious anomalies that are found on certain radio frequencies in the game. Also, the events of the chasing static are non-linear, meaning you may stumble upon a different story beat in different orders or methods. For example, in my first playthrough, in order to reach the secret underground bunker, I followed the eerie green goo. However, in my second playthrough, I got into a car accident and found it by mere coincidence. There's a lot going on in this game, and a lot of mysteries to unravel, and with the good voice acting and gorgeous, dreary atmospheres, I cannot wait for the full release. Number 1. Protagoras Bleeds by Bryce Butcher. Protagoras Bleeds is my most anticipated game on the Haunted PS1 Demo disc. In a rush, you and your friend Zoe skip town to make a new start, but unfortunately your car breaks down near a sketchy motel in the middle of the night. You find that you are not alone in this hotel. Instead, its occupants are replaced by strange, fleshy masses and roaming abominations with television sets for heads. The gameplay is very positively inspired off of old Silent Hill games that it's clearly inspired from. In particular, Silent Hill 4 seems to be the most evoked, as there is a hub world that takes place in the first person, and traveling into the danger zones happens in third person. Even the control scheme is the exact same. The combat is equally perilous, forcing you to often avoid fights in order to progress the story. It is an homage, but stays completely original with its characters and foes to not be a ripoff. And believe me, with Silent Hill games, ripoffs are definitely a plague. The fact that this game comes so close in similarity to its inspiration while staying completely original is what makes Protagoras Bleeds absolutely amazing and something that I really am looking forward to. And that is my top 5 most anticipated games for the Haunted PS1 Demo disc. If you look in the description below, you will find links to all of these games, as well as the Haunted PS1 Demo disc that brought this to us. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like and maybe subscribe if you have the time to do so. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video, and if I don't, I'll see you when I see you, friend. Goodbye.